Hello, everyone. It's good to see you again. Uh, I'm Trevor Cormier, and this is Analyzing Male Slavery. And this is the Dungeons and Dragons YouTuber, Seth Sorkowski. He does a really good Dungeons and Dragons videos. And we get in these threads where we struggle to just say, it turns out we all know that Dungeons and Dragons is a guy's game. Guys play it in the vast majority. And the only reason women have joined is because it's become mainstream and popular enough that a few of them will join.
Some women have joined. Let's make that clear.
Yes. So because this one,
it's still a majority men. And look, all right. I think we need to explain why we're bringing this up.
Right? Yes.
We're not just going, oh, Dungeons and Dragons is a guy's game. Randomly, we're bringing this up because men are actually getting accused of something. They're getting accused of excluding girls.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
It's something that guys love. There's nothing wrong with that. It's majority guys. And guys are desperate to have girls join. But they struggle because it's not a girl's game. They're not interested. And of course, then there's always that person who comes in and blames the guys. Now, this thread here, he said, just my old personal experience, you missed the one cause of murder hobos. Now, and let me explain murder hobos. That's the expression that's fairly new in Dungeons and Dragons, where they discuss how guys just go in and kill everything. They don't do a lot of role playing.
I've actually seen that spoofed years ago. Actually, like 20 years ago in a.
Oh, really? I didn't realize
it was something called 8-Bit Theater, and it's this Final Fantasy 1 spoof, right? And they'll just basically going around we're just going around murdering people at random and taking their loot. Basically.
Yes. And of course, go ahead.
So it's basically, we're just mass killers and genociders, basically.
So Daniel Heidel says, one of the things about murder hopers is that being a bunch of 13-year-old boys. Now, I started when I was 11, and when you're a little boy, you do just go around and murder things. But Gary Gygax, who made Dungeons and Dragons, that's the way the game was set up back then. That's his setup. And that's why young boys love joining it. You kill the monster.
It's not a young boy. It's not really a young boy thing only when you think about it.
Well, no, of course.
It's a game thing. It's a video game thing, right? Most video games are about killing things, right?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Now let's see if we can get down. This is a long thread. We start adding threads. Now I said it usually starts around that age, and almost always boys, thank you. It's rare to see someone admit D&D is a guy's game, right? Then a huge amount of them stay mentally stuck at the age. That's what one of the other guys said.
It's shaming, basically.
It's shaming.
There's a lot of condescending. There's a condescending tone in their conversation. Actually, it's disparaging men as boys for liking.
Yes, exactly.
They're not going into girls' circles and attacking women, living little girls for looking romance novels or looking dresses or pretty things. Yes, it's the loathing of the male geek at play again.
Yes, exactly. And I said, look, well, people went to the Saw movies to see people brutally murdered. People have a sadistic side, and they've been through fantasy. And what I did add was that when I said people, I meant both men and women. Women love to go to horror films and see people brutally murdered. They're not different from guys. So, I mean, this is pathetic.
Yes. So does that make murder hobos a form of edgelord, or are they separate yet closely related species? It's more condescending, basically, attacking men for what they like.
Exactly. Matter of fact, a lot of these people.
No. Most of the things. Sorry. Most of these people here probably play video games of some sort. Are they murder hobos? Are they? So yeah. I'm sorry. The whole narrative, the whole framing of this is false. It's framed from a frame of male hostility and disparagement.
Now, what I want to point out is one thing. When I don't know if it's man or woman, it's got a W, but guys do this more than even the girls. Most of the guys are saying this because they want to try and signal that they're above it now, and D&D is more than that. I said, sorry, the origins of D&D by Gary Gygax. He was in it for decades before he died. And it's a murder game. It's one where you kill the monsters, you gain the loot, and you gain fame and fortune and power.
Yes.
You know, that's a male fantasy, and it always will be. And there's no point in spitting on it. You know. Let's see what else we have here. Oh yeah, Theodore Munich. D&D is not a guy's game, nor was that what they were saying. No, but I'm saying. And he's saying it's not a guy's game, and he's not even giving any reasons why. Yeah. So that doesn't say that D&D is a guy's game. That says 13-year-old murder hobos who play D&D tend to be boys. That's not true. Just a minute. I'm going to
every single game. No.
Yeah, would you repeat that analyzing, please?
All right. I've noticed this murder hobos concept is actually completely invalid because it doesn't mean anything. Because almost all D&D campaigns are about going around killing stuff, getting loot. So it's a way to stigmatize something that boys like and make it problematic, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's like for me, for a concept to make sense, really, it's got to be distinguished from the normal. It's got to mean something. This doesn't mean anything.
Yes, exactly. So I said, if girls like something, they do it. You'd see groups of them, of girls playing D&D on their own from a young age. You don't see them do it because they don't, which is true. You know, that's why the excuse that guys are trying to keep girls out is always there. Because people don't just want to walk. I mean, if girls really love something, they will do it. You know,
and they'll take over as well and drive the men out.
Yes, so, exactly.
There's nothing inherent to D&D that makes it exclusively a guy thing. I've heard of groups of women playing D&D. Right. First of all, this is a straw man, Anthony Norman. We never said it was an exclusively guy thing. We said it appeals to guys far more than it appeals to women. Right? So you're arguing against a position we do not hold. And yes, you can have outlier groups of girls who play in D&D, but it doesn't invalidate our point. Just like you can have groups of guys forming book clubs about romance novels. Maybe one or two exist out in the world somewhere, but the romance novels are a girl thing, right? We never said romance novels are not exclusively for girls. It's just that it appeal to girls and women. You see the difference there, Anthony Norman, right? I don't think it's not worth reading the rest of Anthony Norman's comments, basically.
No,
if he doesn't get
exactly.
that, he doesn't get that.
So we'll go down.
You felt, by the way, you failed to spot his straw man when you replied to him. You said, yes, it is. So.
Yeah, exclusively. Well, if you look at the numbers, they are fairly well.
But exclusively means only. And it implies that girls are excluded. That's what the term exclusively means. So girls are not excluded. They're just not interested. We've got to make that one clear.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Like this one. I know why guys don't like the obvious conclusion. They desperately want to believe girls have just been sleeping for the last 2 generations and are just itching to join them in their game. It isn't so, and I have no magic wand to change reality for them. And that's true. You know, these guys, they desperately want to think the girl's just been asleep and no one's been, they're just unaware for like 3 months.
Sorry, this really annoys me. Anthony Norman's being moronic again. There are girls who hunt and like girls. Don't know what that means. Since when is getting the girl inherent to D&D? All right, it isn't inherent to a lot of D&D campaigns. You rescue the girl, but so okay. So only guys have read Conan. You never said that. He's straw manning again. Anthony Norman, you're dishonest or you're stupid. Or you're one of the two, I'm afraid. No one said only guys read Conan. Conan appeals to guys mostly. I know heterosexual guys that have read every title upon release. Do you? I don't believe you. Okay. Actually, I don't believe you. Right? I actually don't believe you now. And there might be 1 or 2, but they're rare. Okay. And again, you're straw manning. We're not saying exclusively. Right? If something predominantly appeals to a certain demographic, right? They're drawn to it for whatever reason. It doesn't mean they're excluded. There's no law against them getting into it. No girls ever played D&D in 2 generations. Another straw man. Anthony, if you spoke to me like this in real life, I would actually just go, "You're annoying me. Piss off. Stop speaking to me. You can't stop straw manning me." Right? Now here we go. Maybe some girls avoid the game because of the people who play it. Okay, so he's having it both ways now. Oh, it's a girls' game. But no, maybe some girls avoid it because the guys are creepy. They want it both ways. It's not a guy's game, but it's a guy's game because the guys are creepy and drive the girls away. Okay, now here the next. This victimhood narrative again. Maybe some girls keep quiet about liking the game because of the potential social impacts. Maybe there exist many secret old girls' tables that they keep secret to protect themselves. Protect themselves from what, you idiot? You know, from the creepy males who want to play with them. Maybe the marketing and initial creators players subconsciously did things to exclude women. Now they're subconsciously excluding women, right? Just by existing. Maybe women are playing the mess out of 5E because the community has changed a bit and got mainstream enough to be them comfortable. So women are only comfortable when it's mainstream and high status. Good. I don't know. Maybe I'm a fool. No, it's not maybe. You are a fool. And it's a cooperative power fantasy game in no way appeals to someone with two X chromosomes. All right, whatever. Let's stop reading Anthony Norman. He's a moron.
Yeah.
Basically.
They admit what we're talking about on one hand, and then they try to deny it on the other.
Gaslight. So it's creepy males.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Norman. Piss off, Norman. We're not reading you.
But he did point out something that's true, that girls don't want to deal with low status men, which they don't. And
he didn't say it. He implied it. Let's be clear. Yeah. He implied it. He probably didn't realize he implied it, basically. He was trying to imply that it was creepy, aggressive men driving girls away. That's what he was trying to imply. He didn't say it directly, but what he ended up implying was the opposite. It's low status.
Yeah. All of my D&D groups have at least one girl. My current
group. Okay, good. Good. Let's. Okay. We never said it was exclusively a guy thing. We never said it was 100% guys. Also, I've been in chess clubs that have one or two girls in them, but the 20 other members, the 30 other members are going to be guys, right? Okay. Do you know how statistics work, Brian? Rel. Okay. If two girls turn up to a group of 10 or 20 guys, it's going to be a majority guy hobby, right? It's like 10% girls. Yeah. We're not saying there's no girls, right? God's sake.
Well, also, he said something that I pointed out in one of my other videos. They tend to play a different way than guys, more narrative focused, less hack and slash. Right. So he's just admitted that guys like the hack and slash. And that's what the game was basically about and still is. It's a hack and slash game. You end up putting sword to things.
But there are certainly many girls who play. Right. Well, we never said this girl. What do you mean by male? Percentage of the players, it's going to be a minority, isn't it? Yeah? Okay? Jesus Christ.
I like this guy. He's talking with the original guy who talked with 13-year-old boys. That's just insulting and dismissive as well as arrogant. The video is about legitimate reasons. Yes, I like that. Okay. That's why I thumbed that up. Let's see.
Right. Let's read more. Listen. Get in the jar. Can you expand it? Click on read more.
Yeah,
no,
sure.
Up.
You see it now, right?
Peer pressure. I played with my brother and his friends as a player. Then I ran D&D with my friends. As a DM, my friends convinced someone else to masturbate and tried to get a guy who just saved them. Luckily, they were first level at this point, and NPC was a 15 level druid. Thank you, Wall of Thorns.
Yeah.
My friends convinced someone else to masturbate. I don't know what the hell he's on about.
I don't know if we should have even looked at getting the jar. I think
some of these comments are insane. It's like the male hatred is deep, basically.
Oh yeah, exactly. They hate the fact that it's a low status men love it and they're involved. They hate that.
Like them, they want the other low status men gone, so they can just be with all the girls. They want a harem anime fantasy to come true. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. You are assuming a lot of stuff. Actually, I'm just saying reality. No assumptions. Yeah. Also, why are you making it into a sexual thing? Well, because it is. I'm trying to destroy this nonsense that guys keep believing.
Because men are getting falsely accused over it, right?
Yeah.
It's not just oh yeah. It's not an innocent thing here. It's like oh yeah, this is mostly a guy group. It's problematic. Girls are being excluded. That's the narrative we're trying to destroy. That's why we're bringing it up. Yeah, and it's the
Yeah.
only reason why we're bringing this up. Okay, we're not going, oh yeah, the romance community is mostly female. This is problematic. They're excluding guys, right? And
Yeah.
look, I wouldn't be surprised if female book clubs that are about romantic novels do exclude guys. Actually, if a guy tried to turn up, they'd feel creeped out and try to get
Yeah.
rid of him.
They will.
Right?
Matter of fact, they do. Matter
Yes.
of fact, this person is a gaslighter because he says, you mentioned high status and low status guys, which I explained clearly. What are you trying to get at? Are you an incel? In other words, I'm saying something that's true. He hates it. Instead of being able to say you were wrong, they bring up the incel.
He's an incel, probably.
Yes.
He's in denial, basically. No, so incels don't talk about high status and low status. They talk about looksism. So he doesn't even know what incels talk about. So shall we scroll down near the bottom?
Yeah, let's get
It's
to
the same thing over and over again at this point.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Whoa, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, there's 60 comments. Okay, wait. Let's see. What's this one? This is Danielle. People like you are the reason many women feel unwelcome in hobbies like, well, TTR, whatever.
Because we're creepy subhumans. That's why.
Yes. Just because your personal experience doesn't include many women playing absolutely doesn't mean there aren't women playing.
Yeah,
My
okay,
personal
straw man again. This straw man's really getting my fucking nose. We're not saying women do not play. You moron. You absolute subhuman moron. Right? And you're doing this on purpose. Okay? This is not a misunderstanding, Danielle. Okay? Okay? Look, we don't even turn up at D&D. I don't think Trevor has for years. I haven't played D&D since I was 15. Okay? Okay, we're not driving women away by just existing. They're just not interested. And we're not going to get blamed for this by just existing when we don't even turn up at your crappy D&D conventions. Do you know what? Women probably don't turn up because of men like you, Danielle. Creepy, low-status men desperate to validate the women. You're the creeps. And I'm going to tell you why you are the creep, Danielle, right? Because it's very simple. Because all men like you are considered creeps by women. You're in the same boat as us, you idiot.
Well, Danielle might be a girl. I'm not saying it's a guy, but he could be a guy too.
Okay, Danielle, yeah, maybe.
But the point is,
girl, you're a creepy girl.
Yes, but the thing is, my personal experience is actually loaded in with the macro level. Like this is the experience of guys worldwide. So my experience is more than just what happens in my own house.
Yes.
This is on the macro level.
He's projecting. He's trying to make it about personal experience, and you're not talking about personal experience. Yeah.
Exactly. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to go up that high. Okay. This is a no gaslighting thread because that's all a guy like this deserves. You know, he doesn't deserve to have anyone go through these long-winded explanations.
Yes.
Now I said, look.
Here we go. Can I read this part, right?
Sure.
All right. Because you're just saying the same thing. Oh, you're just saying the same thing over again. This comment is basically saying guys have never excluded women from playing D&D. And he goes, the guys are truly the most representative sample that could be selective. So he's mocking us. He's implying we don't have any data to back up a statement. There's been no peer-reviewed studies of this. Right. This is not a phenomenon that's going to be studied by social scientists, right? And Daniel, you made claims that we exclude women from D&D. Where's your studies backing you up? Where's your representative sample, right? So you're just being mocking and condescending, and you're gaslighting, Daniel, because you're an idiot. You're a disingenuous idiot.
Can we show the picture here? Look, here's a D&D convention. And if you look, vast majority of people here are guys. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There might be 5 women in this bit, but all the rest are guys. It's probably 80, 90, or even more percent guys.
Yes.
I mean, this is just common sense. This is reality. So if you went and looked at cons, D&D cons, you would be able to take polls, and you wouldn't even have to ask people. You could just take pictures and photographs and say, look how many guys there are to women.
So can we sum up the narrative, basically? So we say, basically, people talk about how problematic this is a guy thing. We say this appeals to guys. It's just something they like, but there's no problem with that. Then they go, oh no, what you're talking about, you misogynist incel. Women like D&D too, right? We argue that with them and say, no, it's mostly a guy thing. then they move the goalpost and go, no, you creeps like you are driving the girls away, you misogynist incel. So they move the goalpost. So
Yes.
they get offended when we point out it's a guy thing. Then they turn around and accuse us of being the reason why it's a guy thing. Right? Make up your bloody mind. If you're going to invent a false narrative, at least try and make it consistent. Yeah? Jesus Christ.
Exactly.
It's not just D&D. This happens all the time in male spaces or male hobbies. Like, you get newspaper articles, like, video games is mostly male. This is problematic. Something needs to be done about this. You know, the Boy Scouts is male only. This is problematic. You've got to let the girls in. Anything that men have, they like, right? Even if they don't exclude women, it's always problematic. It's like men are not allowed their own spaces. Yeah,
exactly.
It's a total lack of respect for men. Right? Look, I don't want to invade romance novel spaces or take spaces away from girls. They can have their own spaces. We have our own spaces. And there's neutral spaces that are open to both sexes. And if they happen to be predominantly one gender over the other, that's fine as well. Right? People like what they like. Men and women do have different tastes. And there are geeky girls out there who have more guyish type tastes out there, but they're a minority. Right? Just like there's transsexuals and there's genderqueer guys who like makeup and pretty things and wearing dresses. Yeah, they're a minority. Yeah, I think that's pretty obvious, isn't it?
Oh yeah, we've basically covered everything we need to say in this.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, well, this is why I said, yep, you or loser, speak to the hand. When people start that, this is what you do to them. You shut them down. You just don't give them any argument room. You just say, this person said, yeah, you're just a troll. Quit wasting your energy on them. See, this person realizes, yeah, they're lost. So they're telling people to stop listening. Yeah. That's the best they can do. Yeah. And then
I think the only thing you really miss is you should point out the straw man in, basically.
Exactly.
They'll get you straw man in tricks. So.
Hey, do you want to read any of yours?
Nah, I don't really care. I think we've proven our point.
Yes.
So
the thing is, there's absolutely nothing wrong with a hobby appealing to men as a whole. There's nothing wrong with that. But people have you have the guys in the thread who hate the fact that they want girls around and it's not appealing to girls. So they get frustrated and just ruin their lives or waste their time.
And you get the girls who just want to take something away from men, basically. Yes. They don't like men having their own space. It's very sadistic. Yeah. But this is a pattern. Men can't have an honest conversation about things without people trying to jump on and marginalize them and gaslight them and shame them and attack them. Right? You see? And look, where is the hostility against women in our narrative? Where is it? It's nowhere near to be seen, isn't it? So there's no pretext for this hostility against us. We're just having an honest conversation, and we get accused because it is a false accusation, right? We try and point out the truth, then we get accused of excluding women or driving women away. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
The hostility has to end, and I'm sick of twerps like this. Got zero respect for them. I'm done. Are you?
Yes, exactly. But look, before we go, Sandwich Boy actually pointed out to me, D&D isn't exclusively a guy's game, but it generally is. Designed mostly by guys, marketed mostly to guys, and goal of stuff guys find cool. I think he meant stuff.
Cool. Stuff guys find cool, yes.
Yes. If gals like it too, they're welcome, but they're not the target audience. So Sandwich Boy, I'm thumbing that up, said something true, and I said exactly. That has to be the way. This things have a different turn on. So someone did correct me in this, and I agree with him 100%. So unless I said,
can I point out something else? Actually, I'm missing an important point. Sorry, I've just read.
Sure, go ahead.
I've got to say it before I forget it. Right, these narratives are not harmless because what ends up happening is, oh no, they're excluding girls. And what happens? All these companies will change their policies to try and attract more girls. They'll end up driving men out. Okay. It'll change the affirmative action will come in as well because girls are getting excluded. Harassment policies will come in that are used to zap socially awkward men that girls don't like, right? They'll actually change the marketing of these hobbies and they'll change the content of these hobbies. They'll end up appealing to no one and a lot of them will die off basically.
Yes. I can
Right?
say,
This
go
narrative
ahead.
is not harmless. Let you go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to back to like, I've been buying every edition of Dungeons and Dragons, the advanced, from first to fifth. And
Yes.
I could see the damage in the latest one, the fifth edition. And
Yes.
we won't drag down and talk, but I can see that they're trying to appeal. They're making the rules simpler, which sometimes
Yes.
help, but really they hurt a lot of
Yes.
times because what it is, the girls don't want to deal with all the nerd studying and looking and dealing with statistics and that sort of thing, which the game is. The game is a numbers game where you roll dice on it, and the
Yes.
girls don't like that for generally,
Yes.
right? So they're downplaying it, and it's just the game is just. I can see the the decrepitude, for lack of a better word. The game is getting worse. It's dying. It's dying.
Yes.
There are
Yes.
guys who will talk wonderfully about first and second editions where that was brand new and basically for them.
Yes.
For example, I'll just give you one example. They always had in earlier editions height and weight tables, different ones for the male and female sexes of the races, and they erased that this time.
Right.
So what they're basically saying, here's one set of height and weight for both sexes of every race. Now,
Yes.
that doesn't help the game out at all. At
Yes.
all. Okay, I
Yes.
just wanted to get that off. I didn't want to get too nerdy.
Yeah, and yes, men and females have got different gaming habits. Like I've got to point this out. The Civ 3 community that I created, which was very big, it grew, got nearly 500 people in it, right? Okay, not one single girl, not one single girl. In fact, I've only seen one female Civ 2 player. That was like 20 years ago. So it was an old granny, literally. Yeah, and because it's Civ 3, I'll explain Civ 3. It's a civilization running game that takes a lot of micromanagement, the statistics. Yeah, so there's girls either go for like really simple role playing games that got a social aspect, and maybe some action games that are quite simple. That's it. Any girls don't go for. And it's not this is not my anecdotal experience per se. This is me observing countless communities, right? So I'm done though. I think we've explained everything.
Exactly. Okay, we're going to end at this. Thank you for your time analyzing male slavery, and I hope we got the point across. And people are hoping, like Dungeons and Dragons guys, and just guys in general who play, all game, guys that games that appeal to men. They'll listen and say, okay, that's true, and we want to stand up for ourselves now. No more of this.
It's abuse. Don't let them gaslight you or abuse you or be dishonest. They're being dishonest.
Right. Yes. Okay, we'll end it here. Thank you very much.